Would you like slap now or later?
I'm recording now. No, so that's in the video.
Why do you have to be such a smart ass?
Oh my god, that's funny. The beginning of the video, just. Would you like to be slapped now or later? That's the beginning.
Because you're annoying and getting on my nerves and being a smart butt.
Hello everyone, with Batman turning 80 years old and National Batman Day being this month, I decided to share with you 10 Batman films I love. Here we go.
Films even. No, I'm showing you this. I made another list just for the fan film.
Now here's a list of Batman fan films I love. If I don't mention a fan film that you love out there that you know about, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Let me know your favorite Batman fan films. Honorable mentions are the Arkham Asylum teaser. I love it with the Tim Burton music. It really gets the vibe and look of the graphic novel. Then we also have Grayson, which is a fan trailer of Batman dying and basically Dick Grayson going after his killers, Superman being evil, police corruption. It's really cool. A lot of nods there with Barbara Gordon, the Killing Joke with Joker. And then Superpower Beatdown. I love the Batman-Deadpool match and Batman versus Darth Vader. In no particular order, the first fan film I love is Truth of the Mask, directed by Justin Zagri. This is a great film. You have Kevin Porter reprise his role of Bruce Wayne, Aaron Shananke there as Richard Grayson, but I love that it's just a short little fan film without Bruce Wayne being Batman, but he's still challenged. The Riddler crashes his party. We have Huntress, and the Riddler's basically going to blow up this banquet that Bruce Wayne is at unless he reveals his identity to be Batman. He knows he's Batman, so he wants him to reveal his identity to the public. There's some great moments of tension, great moments of humor, and this is a nice little short that actually does not involve Batman in his bat suit. After that is Tell Gordon Hello by Morgan Rodner. This is a cool film. This film has the vibe of the Heath Ledger Joker. It's pretty much the Heath Ledger Joker interrogating this person. A very well done short. Not only that, does he look like Heath Ledger, but he actually sounds like Heath Ledger's Joker. Something that is very well shot for such a secluded location. It has like a Reservoir Dogs vibe to it with Joker. You know, take that torture scene in Dark Knight on the camcorder and put it to a short film. That's pretty much what it is. It creates that moment of dread from the Joker, and I think the actor who plays him does a fantastic job. This is a really well done short that doesn't involve Batman. It's just the Joker and this individual. After that is a film called Batman Ashes to Ashes, directed by Samuel Bowden and Julien Maugrany. And this is a French film. This is actually very nihilistic. This is not for the faint of heart, but I like it, you know. It involves this goon in the world of the Joker and Batman. It's done very much in the style and vein of Sin City. It has a very Sin City-esque vibe to it.
Right.
It's a French film, so he's just a goon. You know, it kind of reminds me of Brian Azzarello's Joker. You find out his wife's been having an affair with this man. That man is the Joker. There's a really fucked up sex scene with like a baby being killed. Like, it's messed up. It is messed up with Joker, but we get to see the genesis of this version of Harley Quinn. We get to see Batman be pushed over the edge with Selena Kyle in danger. And Batman is terrifying. I love the visuals of this. The aesthetic. It has very much an Arkham Asylum meets Sin City vibe. I just love how terrifying they make Batman. And the fight he has with the Joker. The Joker is a truly messed up individual. And this is a nihilistic film that may turn people off. But if you're in the mood for like a darker, more grim Batman, that's not exactly like the comics, but kind of more into like a really dark and brooding world, Ashes to Ashes is a film I recommend. After that is a short called
There was a theory in the Arkham games that Harley had a miscarriage by Batman hitting her in the stomach during one of her fights with Batman. But it wasn't implied that Joker knew about the baby or was the reason of the miscarriage. Most people don't even think Joker has sex because, one, he wouldn't find it funny. Two, people think he's asexual, so he wouldn't see a reason for sex. And three, he's either in Arkham or trying to fight Batman. So he really don't have that much time schedule.
Not because he's getting wants Batman.
No, he don't want Batman in that way. He sees Batman as a yin to his yang.
Hi, fat boy.
Or
Hi, fat boy.
She's talking to the cat named Socks, not Fat Boy. Even though he responds to it. So yeah, back to the video, mother. This basically tells you what a little bit of these fan films are about. And not actually.
Batman Puppet Master, directed by Brian Ness. Now, Puppet Master takes place in between The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. It's a fan film. Edward Nygma worked with the GCPD, and he's trying to figure out who killed Harvey Dent, but then he discovers that Harvey Dent may have not been that innocent. As we all know, Edward Nygma ends up being the Riddler. So we have this Christian Bale-esque Batman go after the Riddler, and I love it. It's a fan film that's grounded, but it's done in the vein of the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. And it's a very well done short. We also get to see the ventriloquist in Scarface. So that's something that's very well done. The fighting is top notch. It actually looks like Christian Bale's suit. The actor sounds like Christian Bale, more so in Batman Begins than The Dark Knight, but I kind of like that. It got back to like the basic Christian Bale Batman. And it's something that could definitely happen in between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. And I love that. The Riddler wants to basically...
Okay, I have to say this. That was a cool
Looks like,
Scarface.
Like it is Christian Bale.
No. Probably.
He needed extra money, so he agreed to be Batman again in this short fucking fan film.
That was a cool looking Scarface puppet. Okay, I will explain. There are 3 versions of the ventriloquist. Only 2 of them have Scarface as their puppet. The other one can like do some telekinesis bullshit. I don't like that version that much because they're just crazy and not a good character.
No, fine.
The first one, the ventriloquist, was Arnold Wesker. The second one was Peyton Raleigh.
You see in your spot. He says, yeah, woman, I'm jealous. That's my spot. Ow! Claws in the back of the head.
But anyway, Scarface was a puppet made from, I believe, some sort of wood from Blackgate Prison.
Time to leave.
And it believed that the Scarface dummy is alive. So yeah. But anyways, back to the video.
Basically discover who is Batman. He's no longer worried about who killed Harvey Dent. He wants to destroy the whole system of Gotham and find the identity of the Batman. I love the grounded approach to this film. For a short film, this is excellent. Gets a lot done, has a lot of action, and a lot of tense moments. So if you're a fan of Edward Nygma or the Christian Bale Batman, I highly recommend this film.
Also, in The Dark Knight,
You can turn the brightness up if you want to.
Also in the Christopher Nolan Batman universe, in The Dark Knight, at the end of that movie, since Joker turned Harvey into Two-Face, Batman kills Harvey to save Jim Gordon's son, and that's basically the plot of the fan film. The Harvey part of it. I'm just, because, I know you watched Dark Knight, you just probably don't remember Harvey that much, because, to be honest, he was a main part for the first part, and then it was just Joker. I mean, I don't even know why you have them as Two-Face in the movie, just to have a second villain when you could have done more with Scarecrow. Instead of having him in a little bit of that scene, then you could have saved Harvey for the last movie. Also, this actually is pretty good because the Riddler was going to be in the third movie as the main villain before Bane was the main villain.
After that is The Dark Knight Legacy, directed by Brett Register. The Dark Knight Legacy is a short that involves the Red Hood, and it's like after Dark Knight Rises. This is like a hypothetical sequel of like what would happen once Batman's gone. Well, Jason Todd the Red Hood would rise, but we also have hints to Stephanie Brown and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's John Blake as Nightwing. He doesn't play it, but it's his character John Blake as Nightwing, kind of like Robin Nightwing Batman. He's pretty much Nightwing. So it's like John Blake taking over the reins of Batman, going going after this new vigilante, this Red Hood person who's basically trying to take Gotham's underworld into his own hands and eradicate crime. And he's posing as the Batman. So that's something very cool. It's a short that pretty much builds up for a bigger showdown, and I like it. It still has the vibe of the Nolan trilogy, much like Puppet Master. Another Red Hood film is Red Hood the Fallen, directed by Toby Bajorek. This is a really awesome fan film. It actually has the Joker killing Jason Todd at the beginning. He survives, but Jason Todd went to go after the Joker because the Joker killed Batman. Batman has died. So that's something that's very different from the comics. And
Yes, because in the comics, Jason realizes that the person he thought was his mother his whole life was actually his stepmom, who was a druggie who abused him, and his dad died. Most of the time, his dad's a petty criminal who worked for Two-Face. But he finds out his real mom is a scientist at this area away from Gotham in the comics. So he goes to find her, talks to her, finds out she's in trouble with the Joker and tries to save her. She sold him out to the Joker, who, well, kidnaps them both, tortures Jason, and blows him up. He then came back to life as Red Hood in the comics by Superboy Prime, who was a real-life person, going into a comic, getting Superman's powers, getting pissed off, and punching a shift into reality. Which is also different in the movie, based off of the comic, to where Joker sets this whole thing to where Ra's al Ghul wants to destroy the world, so he hires the Joker to set up this whole robbery. Robin stops it. Robin goes off on his own to stop the Joker, which takes him to a warehouse, and it blows up after getting to beat the fuck up. In the games, it's different because he don't die. He just got tortured and manipulated. And by games, I mean the Arkham games. So he has a... let's just say Jason has a thing with crowbars. And I'm not talking about sexually. He has PTSD in some comics.
Think Jason Todd's dead? No, he comes back with a vengeance, and this is told through the eyes of the Red Hood. He's basically like Punisher. He's killing criminals. He's going crazy. I love the fighting, the aesthetic of this. The actor who plays Jason Todd does an amazing job. I think this and the Nightwing series are among some of the best fan work.
Oh, and Mom, speaking of that, if you ever get the story arc where Jason Todd dies, the story, I recommend you getting the What If story titled Robin Lives. Because I heard it's pretty good. And that's one of the DC What If stories that ain't... But
I've seen with the Robin characters, but I love this. I love him trying to find the Falcons and get Joker out of Arkham Asylum so he can finish the job. Get revenge for him trying to basically kill him and killing Batman. I love it. The Joker actor is a bit different, but I love the grounded approach of this and the means Jason Todd uses to go after these criminals. It's something that's a very deep film and has a great grounded approach to the story. After that, I have two films tied, Batman Nightmare Part 1 and Killing Joker, both of them directed by Jonathan D. Foss. I love these movies. Nightmare manages to make the blue suit work. It's like an Arkham suit, more practical. I love him going after these criminals. The fighting is nuts. It does have that 80s aesthetic to it, with the VHS tape tracking and stuff, but you get to see a lot of gadgets and fighting techniques that you see in the Arkham video games. Him come across Jonathan Crane the Scarecrow, seeing Harvey Dent, and ultimately facing the dark side of his soul with Batman, that demonic part of his heart. Some great quotes there, some great fighting. And ultimately, the flashback to Jason Todd being killed is high production. Totally looks like the comics of Death in the Family. I love it. And Killing Joker is pretty much kind of like a prequel film that shows how Jason Todd died. And the actor who plays the Joker is fantastic. He's a mix between Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson. He basically is an amalgam of all the previous performances, but does something to make it his own. And I love it. I really love it. Such an amazing film. Jason Todd going undercover, getting captured, seeing Joker as a comedian before he was in his accident, seeing his messed up face, Barbara Gordon. I really want to see more from this group of people. Nightmare Part 2 needs to come out because this is an amazing film. Both of these are great shorts and one of the best high-end productions I've seen from a fan film of Batman in recent memory. After that is Batman Dead End, directed by Sandy Colora. This was the first Batman fan film I saw. I saw it back in 2003. It may have been a little bit earlier than that, but I love it because he's after the Joker. Joker has those yellow contacts. It's the Alex Ross type of Batman suit. But then what happens? A xenomorph arrives and a predator arrives, and it's Aliens and Predator with Batman. It's such a crazy little short film that it just made me kind of like fangasm at the time when I saw it. You know, this is before...
No,
They did it in the comics. Batman beat the shit out of a predator by using a sonar suit.
They didn't need to do it in the comics.
Actually, in the comics, it explains that those are what-if universes outside of the main continuity. Superman met a xenomorph. I don't know about the Predators, but I knew Superman had a tie with the xenomorphs. They also do it with the Marvel universe now, because Marvel has the rights to the Xenomorph comics, to the Alien franchise comics now, because Marvel makes those now. So yeah.
Batman Begins, so it's that down period where there was no Batman on film, you know? So this was something that was like the comics, but in live action, done very well. I mean, it doesn't look fake. It looks pretty high-end production. I mean, of course, they improved some stuff now, but back in 2003, it really looked like a high-quality Batman project. It was something like the comics come to life. We didn't get that very often, you know? So it's nice seeing him in that suit with the Predator and Alien looking like Predator and Alien, so that was great, with a cliffhanger end. Makes me wonder what could have happened after he was in a dead end. After that is Patient J, directed by Aaron Shanenke. This is an amazing Joker film. I love Patient J. We have Paul Matthew Miller as the Joker, and he does an amazing job as the Joker. I mean, he's pretty much like Mark Hamill come to life, and he's being interviewed. He's Patient J at Arkham, and you found out that this psychologist, this therapist, basically had his family killed by Joker, and he wants revenge. So the whole thing's a revenge, but you don't know that Joker has the upper hand over this man, this individual, the whole time. So it's a very cool short film that goes into flashbacks and different parts of the Joker, and ultimately has a twist end of the Joker getting the upper hand and Harley Quinn breaking him out of Arkham. Totally like Mad Love at the end. I love it. This is an excellent Joker fan film that also pays homage to different moments between the...
Okay. This, and with some other of the flashback stories, are going off of the Joker story, The Killing Joke, where you find out he is a stand-up comedy person trying to support his pregnant wife, who's pregnant. She dies while testing, I guess, the baby thermometer. But before that, he made a deal with the mob to break into the place that he used to work at, Ace Chemicals, to get money to support his wife. But after she died, they won't let him, back out of the deal. Because, they're the mob. So, he's like, yeah, I can still do this. But then they give him his dome-shaped head and tape to hide his identity. And go underneath as the Red Hood. Make it look like the Red Hood gang did it. Because criminal... And sometimes there actually is an actual Red Hood gang in Red Hood. But other times it's the alias that criminals use when they don't want to be known. Which also led to Jason Todd becoming the Red Hood, because he's basically mocking Joker by taking the name. But anyways, they go into the place because he thinks that he's going to remember the layout. Turns out they changed the layout after he got fired. Batman shows up, and it's basically what happened to Jack, in the 89 film. He falls into the bad chemicals by being scared, but this time he trips over the cape and falls. And then Mad Love is an episode from Batman the Animated Series, when she mentioned at the end of that segment, when he says, Mad Love, where we see how Harley Quinzel became Harley Quinn and fall in love with the Joker. Fun fact, Harley Quinn was originally made in the animated series and didn't come out for a while in the comics.
Joker and Batman throughout history of the comics. And if you're a fan of Joker, I highly recommend checking out this short, especially before the new Joaquin Phoenix film. After that is another Bat in the Sun Productions called Seeds of Arkham. This was like one of the earlier Bat in the Suns I saw after Pacing J. I love Kevin Porter as Batman. He has a yellow emblem. Tim Burton Batmobile. Man, I love it. Poison Ivy capturing Dick Grayson, just basically trying to, like, control him. You have Killer Croc. That fight is fantastic, along with, like, a moment that is very similar to Arkham Asylum, the video game.
Yeah,
and ultimately, that cliffhanger end of Nightwing and Batman having to fight. You know, there's some very Batman Hush stuff there, like with the Superman-Batman fight when he was under Ivy's influence. So some great stuff there from Bat in the Sun. But after that, my
the
favorite
one
Bat in
in
the Sun...
the fucking Suicide Squad looked like a fucking Snake Man. That what people start calling him, was Snake Man. He didn't look like a crocodile. He had scales, but not croc scales. Literally, only reason he was there because they didn't have CGI to do King Shark.
Okay.
No. If they left Croc out of the movie, it would have been at least an okay movie.
And is it the actor's fault that they had a bad makeup artist, obviously?
No, Mom, listen. You forget that Croc is in the movie even. Yeah, he has almost no lines. He has barely any lines, and the only part that's mainly about him is when they introduce him. He doesn't even eat anyone in the movie, and he's known to be a cannibal. You forget he's in the movie. Literally. You will watch the movie, and then until the end of the movie, be like, "Oh yeah, he was in this movie."
I really need to see this movie.
They also killed off the villain Slipknot. He didn't even get introduced. The DCEU sucks because they introduce these people and then kill them off. Like how in Batman v Superman, they kill off Jimmy Olsen at the beginning by shooting him in the head.
Excuse me.
So, Superman don't even have a best friend in this universe? You're excused. And they killed off KG Beast. One of Batman's most dangerous villains in that movie. And you didn't even know it's KG Beast. They don't even mention him being KG Beast. He was literally just a thug with a flamethrower. You have to pay close attention to realize that he's KG Beast. KG Beast is a Russian man. But yeah, that movie, the first one sucked. There are some good parts. I have that movie actually, so we can watch it.
Yeah, once I get a TV and a DVD player that works.
Yeah. But I used to have Batman v Superman, but I don't have that no more. Yeah, I think it broke.
Probably, that's probably one of the ones your brother broke when he was little.
Yeah. I used to have that on DVD. Don't no more. But yeah, I like that movie. I did.
Yeah, the little brat that's 12 now used to destroy DVDs when he was 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah. And take games just out of their cases.
He didn't like the stuff in its case, so he'd take it out and then get on the floor and get ruined.
Yeah. And then he wonders why I don't play.
Mm-hmm.
When he wants to play them. Wait. Because you... That's why I never try to get full DLC for shit. I mean, I didn't have a memory card back then. Now I do, so... I have a storage thing. So I can just... And I think it's all... It's like a memory card, right? Do I have a memory card?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a memory card. So, I won't lose my shit. Yeah, I may have to get a new PlayStation. Oh no. It has a crack on the bottom. Because it was kept in a goddamn closet that was cramped as fucked. in that closet it was. So, yeah. But I used to have, when I had Arkham City, I had the Game of the Year edition, so I had full DLC for that. I need to get the that game back again. I don't care if I have to buy the DLC for that game. Yeah, I will. Because I just need the Return to Arkham version for it on PS4. Or I'll try to get the Game of the Year edition for Xbox 360. Because the Game of the Year edition comes with full DLC. So yeah. And I have, let's see, I have, 1, 2. I got 4 games that came with just all 5 games that came with all DLC. The Insomniac Spider-Man game, which you need to play. The 2 Injustice games, which you need to play. And the 2 Mortal Kombat games, which you need to play, which are Mortal Kombat X and 11. I need to get Mortal Kombat. I can't get Mortal Kombat 1 since I don't have a PS5. And that's why I want a PS5 so I get MK1, which is the remake timeline. There's like 3 Mortal Kombat main timelines, and like I don't think it's called. They say MK1, so I don't know if it's called MK1 or Mortal Kombat. But if it's called MK1, then it won't get confused for the original. But I can't just say Mortal Kombat because the game. Because then they're gonna people ask me, "Oh, you talking about the original or the 2011 one?" So that's why I either say Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat 2011, which is the one Freddy Krueger. Which I had that one. I technically didn't have all DLC for that because I didn't have Kratos for the PlayStation version. They were trying to get an Xbox character for that game as well, because the only reason they got Kratos was because they asked PlayStation for one of their main characters for an exclusive version, and Sony said yes.
So hold on, you're telling me
you can play as Kratos in Mortal Kombat 9.
You're telling me that we could have played as Freddy in the Mortal Kombat game you got?
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me I could have tried to kick your butt as Freddy?
It was when you said that you didn't like... Well, no, not the original version. You got the original one, which didn't have Freddy. And the one that we barely played, because that's where sometimes the Xbox stopped working, that I was trying to keep from getting dirty, was the Ultimate Edition version that had Freddy and all the other DLC characters. So yeah. Aside from Kratos, because it's the Xbox version, not the... For Xbox, they tried to get the Halo guy, but Xbox said no. You know, they didn't want to see none of their characters getting torn up into bitty pieces. I don't know why they said no, though. I mean, like, that would have been cool. This is what... Also, I barely get any Xbox game. Because, like, really, Xbox don't really have that many exclusive shit with other games that go on other consoles. Because Xbox Arkham Knight players were missing out on 2 DLCs. I believe the Scarecrow's Nightmare stuff, and a Batmobile skin and 2 Batman skins. And I believe some other stuff. But also I got full DLC for... No, actually 6, because... 5. No, 6, because also I got for free full DLC for the Lego Marvel Collection, which has all 3 games. I only had to pay to get... I only had to pay 2 games for full DLC. which was Lego DC Supervillains and Batman Arkham Knight. Because Arkham Knight got just the free shit I could get first. And then I begged her to let me get the season passes. It wasn't that much. Me and my dad got paid that day. And then me myself got the season pass got everything by myself with gift cards for PlayStation for the Lego DC Supervillains game, which I got free DLC for because I got that game around the time Lego Movie 2 was coming out. And that was the only time you could get the Lego Movie 2 DLC. And they said, because you couldn't buy it. So, at least I got some free content that I didn't pay for that game. But yeah. Anyways, back to the video.
Probably my favorite, among one of the best.
Sorry for talking too much, but I have to interrupt this. The background that he has behind him is the Batcave from Batman Arkham Origins. The reason you could tell that, the Batwing and the little crime board, because Batman had that crime board in his first beginning years as Batman, which is his second year in Arkham Origins.
And fan films is Batman City of Scars. That's right, we have the same Joker from Patient J, Kevin Porter Beck as Batman, and this is about his final confrontation with the Joker. Canary is seen at a club. Such an awesome fight there. I love the fight sequence there. And yeah, Joker kills this boy's parents, kidnaps him, and he basically kills the Joker. Batman failed to stop the Joker. There's so many lives lost, and really, it's a film about Gotham City and Batman and the toll it's taken over the years. It's a city of scars that's been forever changed. And it makes you wonder, is it because he's Batman, or is Batman the result of him being damaged when his parents were gunned down? Such a good bookend for the Joker here. Batman, that iconic shot with the gargoyles, the song City of Scars is just fantastic. This is one of the best fan films I've seen, and Bat in the Sun should do more stuff. They're amazing. It's no wonder you're seeing Superpower Beatdown and stuff like that. They've done the best fan films and inspired other people, and I love this film. If you're a fan of Batman, do yourself a favor and check out City of Scars. Anyway, that does it for my favorite Batman fan films. Just 10 of them. There's many other fan films out there. I highly urge everyone to check out these films.
Two more videos, Mom. Oh, that's actually a fan film about that. I forget which one it's called, though. I watched that fan. I picked the video. I was saving the fan films that he had. Yeah. When, not phony. It's just a fan film.
Hello everyone. A couple of years ago I shared my top 10 favorite Batman fan films, and as you know, there's been a plethora of fan films out there since then. And today, I just wanted to have a quick list in no particular order, 10 more awesome Batman fan films you can check out online here on YouTube. Starting off the list is The Outlaw Prologue, directed by Liam Carvey. The Outlaw Prologue is pretty much like a prologue or kind of like concept trailer for a short film involving the Red Hood. And I love how this is shot. It's very grounded and gritty. Think Punisher, Dirty Laundry, or like a Netflix Daredevil show. It's done in that way with these thugs, basically, and the Red Hood. We don't get to see him entirely as the Red Hood in his full costume, outside of a few glimpses, but it's a promising trailer that shows us the danger of this city, and I like it. You know, there's not too much Jason Todd material. I love what they did with Under the Red Hood, tied in Season 3. We could use a little bit more Jason Todd and the Red Hood, and I hope it gets its budget from Indiegogo. Feel free to donate there. It's an interesting short that doesn't have Batman per se, but it's in the world of Batman, and it's a very grim world of Gotham City. Next up is Batman Broken Promises from Stephen Trumbull Animation. I absolutely dig this animation style here. It's very stylized. If you love the animated series or Batman the Telltale series, I think you're going to really enjoy this. It has a great story. Batman is voiced effectively. He sounds like the Dark Knight. We also get to see some familiar faces in his rogues gallery, and it has a pretty strong story, and the visuals really enhance it. It has that comic book feel. After that, I recommend Batman First Night by David Conesa. This is in Spanish, but I absolutely love this short film, and it's pretty much about Batman in his first night of fighting crime. It's a little bit of a language barrier, but if you can get beyond that, this is almost like Batman in training. He's not perfect. He gets beat up. Alfred's questioning him throughout this short, and I like how low budget it is, you know. Fan films are endearing in the fact that even though they're low budget to almost no budget, there's a lot of heart and soul. And this very much is one of my favorite recent Batman short films. The way the fighting's done, the way Batman almost gains confidence the further the story progresses. And it's nice just seeing this first night of him fighting crime. And it shows you how well written Batman is as a character. Like, Batman can translate to any culture around the world. And that's a cool thing. That shows you how endearing and how everlasting Batman is as a character. After that is 1987, Blood of the Bat. This is a Batman horror fan film done by James Campbell. If that name sounds familiar, because he did the Jack the Ripper Batman film that was like the Elseworlds Victorian era Batman film I mentioned in my last video, and I really love what he does here with Batman fighting vampires. This is like Blade and Dracula with a bit of the Elseworlds tale of Batman being a vampire hunter, you know. This is cool. Batman already has kind of a creepy dark city and rogues gallery, so add vampires into that gothic element and you have an
actually was a vampire a couple of times. I was playing in the 2004 movie The Batman. I believe he turned into a vampire briefly. I don't think he did. He may have. But also there was a comic book where he made himself into a vampire, and another one where he got turned into a vampire. I was playing. In those ones, he thought he had an actual fight with the real life Dracula. And then there's the what if story where Dr. Kirk Connors is Batman. Not all hairy and stuff, but he is a vampire. Batman.
Interesting mix. I cannot wait to see the full version of the film. If you go see the concept trailer right now, you will not regret it. Even down to like the Bram Stoker's Dracula score being used with Batman just fighting these grotesque creatures of the night. It takes a creature of the night to fight another creature of the night. And if you're a fan of horror films and you're a comic book fan, I think you're going to enjoy this one. After that is Batman Rebirth, A Night Painted in Red, directed by Joshua Ratcliffe. This film is a lower budget fan film that pays homage to many different eras of Batman. The score has a mix of Alien Goldenthal's music, Danny Elfman, Hans Zimmer. It's cool seeing Christian Bale's suit but put with the comic book Batmobile. And overall, it's nice how they play around with time. The cinematography of this is incredible. How they shoot in the city, it looks like a high-budget movie. And it's cool seeing yet another kind of Red Hood tale. Done more in the vein of Arkham Knight. Batman, after a tragedy, kind of took some time off, and now he returns to face a new threat, a threat from the past in more than one way. I like seeing how they deal with police corruption and who to trust with these people from the League of Assassins infiltrating Gotham City. It has many of the elements you love from the Nolan trilogy, and again, this is just a fun little short. After that is The Oath, a Batman fan film. This is an interesting Batman fan film in the fact that it's set in the Burtonverse with Michael Keaton's Batman. I love this. This involves an officer who has hit rough times, and he's kind of at a crossroads here. Is he going to honor the oath? You know? That he to uphold the law, to honor the badge, the shield, so to speak? Or is he going to sell out? Is he going to basically take bribes and stuff? I like this, and I also like Batman interfering and basically being in the crosshairs of this man's decision, you know, and the way he acts, the actor who plays Batman, is very much in line with a Michael Keaton film, especially 1989. And with the music and the way it's shot, it's like a little vignette, a love letter to the Burtonverse that I could totally imagine, even though it's a fan film, I can totally imagine this as a short story in the Burtonverse. And with Michael Keaton having a resurgence in the upcoming Flash film, I think many fans of his incarnation should definitely check out this film. It's a recent, short Batman fan film, but it's an enjoyable one and done very well. Next up is Nightmare, Man or Bat, directed by Jordan D. Foss. Now, he did the Nightmare films and Killing Joker. Those films are one of the best made Batman fan films, along with Bat in the Sun Productions, you know. I love his work, and this continues where the last one left off, but it's Man-Bat. And the way they do this with the effects is impressive, to say the least. There are many moments that pay homage to not only the animated series, but to the Batman Arkham Knight side quest that involved Man-Bat. There's some cool moments from all different incarnations that I think many fans will enjoy, many moments of action, and the way they use CGI with practical effects is done impeccably. I really enjoyed this so much, and it even has a short little kind of epilogue at the end that teases the next fan film that involves Jason Todd, and he is brutal, like brutal and sadistic. I mean, I love it. This is like Batman hyper-violence meets The Crow and many other elements. This is just Batman done right, and he even has a different suit. The other suit resembled more the Arkham suit. This one is kind of more in line with the Batman Noel suit from the comics. And there's some great nods to the comics regarding Batman's investigative skills. You know, Bruce Wayne's master of deception, you know. You get to see Matches Malone, and that's kind of cool because the films haven't really explored his persona of Matches Malone. I think outside the comics, I've only seen it in the animated series. So that's kind of cool. Speaking of Bat in the Sun, the last film they did is Batman Dying is Easy. I didn't get to go over this because my video last time was before this film was made. There are many Bat in the Sun films that made my list last time, and I recommend seeing Dying is Easy. It's a great, simple story. You know, he's trying to find this missing girl. He's trying to basically find information out from the Joker, and it's cool because the Joker is sick, he's dying, so there's plenty of twists and turns in this, and Batman has to interrogate him one last time in Arkham Asylum and basically tie up loose ends to a case he's been working on for months. Kevin Porter returns as Batman. Outside of Kevin Conroy and Ben Affleck, I think he's the best as far as the voice and look. Aaron Shananke directed this. He also plays the Joker. Very comic book accurate Joker. Michael Madsen has an appearance as Harvey Bullock. He actually plays a really good Harvey Bullock. I love the green screen effects. It just seems like they had more of a budget on this one compared to their previous films. It's like, if you love the last Bat in the Sun films, this is like that, but then kind of elevated, you know. There's like some cool little cameos and Easter eggs to the Batman comics, and I think you would really enjoy it. This is one of the best fan films. After that is Batman, An Innocent Guy, directed by Holden Hardman. This is actually an adaptation of a short story that's at the end of Batman the Killing Joke by Brian Boland. This is a really kind of screwed up, eerie tale in many ways. Like, the guy is like a wacko, like just... he wants to be famous by killing Batman, and some part of it reminded me of some real, like, either serial killers or, like, the man who shot John Lennon. Like, it just has that vibe, but it involves Batman, and this is a perfect short in the fact that it recreates frame by frame the short story at the end of The Killing Joke. So if you've read that and are familiar with it, this is like a live-action adaptation of that story, and, of course, he's just talking on a desk in front of a camera, so it's kind of cool that they can do this on a low budget, but then the parts they do show, you do get to see Batman, and he's like in the Batfleck suit. So that's kind of cool how they infuse the DCEU Batman with the story. Overall, this is just a love letter to that short little story in The Killing Joke, and if you enjoyed that, it's going to be kind of cool seeing this in live action, I must say. Last up is Gordon, a Batman fan film directed by Patrick Logan. Gordon is a beautiful film, and this is just done very well. A different style of Joker. He's crazy, but it's not done over the top. It's not trying to be Mark Hamill. It's like somewhere in between, and the actor does a great job of making the role his own. Gordon, one of the best Gordons I've seen. But what I love about this film is that they did an artistic choice, and they shot it all in black and white. So it has that Sin City kind of like Seven vibe to it. And Gordon decides to take matters into his own hands. He's tired of Joker and these criminals getting away with things. So he's going to do what Batman cannot do. And it's interesting seeing Gordon cross that line, but then seeing Gordon not really being affected by it. And he did it also because he knows what would happen if Batman ever crossed that line. Batman cannot afford to cross that line. It would break him in more than one way. And Gordon, he's able to take it, And I love that because Gordon's always been just a cop. And I'm like, why does he follow the same moral code as Batman? I know he's a good man. I know he follows the rules, and Batman and him want to make Gotham a better place in a certain way. But after everything he's been through, this isn't too far-fetched, and I love that they took that route, that they had the balls to take that route with Jim Gordon. And this is one of my favorite James Gordon stories, probably outside of Batman Year One, I know. But, yeah, I would highly recommend checking it out. Anyway, those are 10 awesome Batman fan films I recommend checking out. I'll leave a link to all the fan films in the description. In the meantime, you can feel free to like, comment down below some fan films I may have missed and I should check out. So comment down below. I'd love to see some more Batman-related fan films. And feel free to check out these videos for more content. May everyone stay safe and healthy out there. Till next time. Hello, everyone.
We got the next video.